The Grand Strand is home to beautiful beaches, immaculate golf courses, exciting nightlife, and fun activities for all ages. Unfortunately, not every day is a day at the beach, but legal help is always within your reach. You need an experienced attorney working to secure the best possible outcome for you. When legal issues threaten to cloud your day at the beach, contact the law firm of McCutchen, Mumford, Vaught, O'Day, and Geddie today, and let us assist you with your claim.
We are your lawyers at the beach.
Welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. We've got the lawyers at the beach.
That's right. We're talking about McCutchen, Mumford, Vaught, O'Day, and Geddie law firm. And Gene's with us today. We're going to talk about DUI laws.
Yes, sir.
All right. What is the legal definition of under the influence? Now, tell me what that is.
Okay. In South Carolina, under South Carolina law, someone is considered to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs if they have consumed or ingested sufficient amount of drugs or alcohol to the point where their mental and physical faculties have been materially impaired. That means that they are no longer able to operate a motor vehicle in a safe and reasonable fashion. Typically what will happen is that is manifested by some type of evidence of bad or erratic driving, which will cause a traffic stop to occur. The officer then, if he believes that the person is under the influence, will ask that individual to perform a series of sobriety tests. If they do not complete those successfully, they're going to be taken to the police station, taken to jail, at which time they're going to be offered a test that will determine what the level of their alcohol is in their blood.
Okay.
And tell us a little bit about what some of the penalties are for that, for the people that are convicted of felony DUIs.
Sure. Well, there's many different levels of driving under the influence, and the penalties vary depending on various mitigating and aggravating circumstances. Obviously, if the DUI charge involves an accident, which is accompanied by serious injury or death, those charges and those penalties are much more severe. But in a standard, typical first offense driving under the influence charge, someone is probably facing at least 2 days, 48 hours in jail, fines of up to about $2,000. They're also going to lose their license to drive for a period of time, whereas if you were convicted of a subsequent offense, say a DUI third offense, now you're looking at maybe up to 5 years in jail and fines of up to $10,000 in addition to those suspensions on your driver's license.
Wow. All right. Now, what is implied consent law? Now, what is that?
Well, the implied consent law is probably the thing we get the most questions about, because most people don't know what it is, and even if they heard of it, they don't know how it applies. In South Carolina, if you drive a vehicle and you are stopped and placed under a lawful arrest by an officer who has probable cause to believe that you are under the influence, you have consented to a chemical test of your breath, blood, or in some cases urine. You have the right to refuse to take that test when offered. However, if you refuse to take that test, your license to drive will be suspended for a period of 6 months. So there's a lot of times where you hear people say, well, should I take the breathalyzer, should I not? Should I blow, or should I say no? And that is still your decision and your right to refuse. But understand, if you do refuse, you're going to have your license suspended for 6 months.
Wow, okay. Now, what advice would you give somebody right now that's watching that's facing a DUI charge?
Well, the first and most important advice is don't drink and drive, obviously. You're putting yourself at risk, you're putting others at risk. The only person that benefits from you getting a DUI is somebody like me that you're going to pay big money to represent you on that charge. It's just not worth it. But if you do find yourself in that unfortunate circumstance, the advice I give most people is cooperation and attitude go a long way. Keep in mind that everything you do is being videotaped, both at the scene and back at the police station, and somewhere down the road, a jury or a judge is going to see that. If you look like you're being nice, you're cooperating, you've got a far better chance than if you appear to be very intoxicated.
All right, we're talking about our lawyers at the beach, and Gene, thank you a lot. And don't be like some movie stars say when they get arrested, do you know who I am? You know, you see all that on TV, so it all comes back to you. Legal advice at WPDE.com. If you have some questions you'd like to ask, send them to us, and we will ask them. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
All right, we got a lot more show coming up. Tell them to stay tuned to what's the name of the show? Tell them.
Carolina and Company Live.
She got it. We'll be right back.